welcome back to my channel. So I'm so excited today. I just want to let you guys know that I'm very excited today, if not for anything, for life. Like sometimes I just wake up and I'm so excited, and then sometimes I wake up, I'm like, oh, I don't want to be bothered. So today is one of those days I'm so excited. I don't know the reason. Whatever is in the atmosphere, I'm receiving it, because this happiness, like there's just not any reason, guys, that I'm happy, but just within me, I just have this happiness inside of me that I can't explain. But anyways, guys, so today's video is gonna be all about the mastery of contour and highlight. And I know this is 2021, but guys, the fact that you know how to contour and highlight doesn't mean the next person knows how to contour and highlight. And yeah, I know some people still find it very difficult to contour and highlight. And when it comes to contouring and highlighting, guys, I always say that when you apply your makeup without contouring and highlighting, you just notice that something is off, you know, especially when you're going for that professional look. Of course, you know, it's not every day people are just in the mood to do their full face of makeup, contour, highlight, foundation, and all those things. For me personally, like sometimes I wake up, I just feel like only putting on my foundation, powder, maybe apply a highlight, brows, and lip gloss, and I'm out the door. Sometimes I just want to glam my face. So this video is for just beginners or people who just don't know how to contour and highlight yet, you know. So I'm gonna try as much as possible to break it down. Like we're gonna bring it down for beginners to know exactly what to do. And for today's video, of course, I'm gonna go ahead and apply a primer. Normally you're supposed to start off with a primer, guys, but this weather is a mess. Like the weather outside is so hot, so I'm going to be, instead of applying a foundation primer, I'm just going to go ahead and apply a powder, guys. And applying a powder before your foundation just helps mattify your skin, and also helps get rid of all the oil, you know, especially if you have an oily skin. This will just help get rid of all those oil before then you go ahead and apply your foundation. Sometimes I like to apply my primer and then apply the powder and then apply my foundation, but especially with this summer weather, it's so hot outside, so I don't want to apply kind of a liquid primer and then go in with a powder and then go in with my foundation. So of course this video is contouring and highlighting, but you guys, if you notice, I always try to start from my raw face to, you know, show you guys step by step on how I do it. So of course I'm going to go ahead and apply my foundation, and I'm using the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Full Coverage Foundation in the shade F12.7 and F14.5. I like to mix these two together. I think the 12.7 is a little too light and the 14.5 is a little too dark, so I just like to go in and apply the darker one. And also when it comes to my foundation, especially when I'm going for that pronounced contour and highlight, I like to keep my foundation really kind of I would say a shade or two darker, you know, because by the time I go ahead and apply my highlight, especially, you know, my whole face is gonna lighten up. So just keep that at the back of your mind if you're going for an obvious contour and highlight, to make sure you use a foundation that is maybe a shade or two darker than your skin tone, so that way everything would blend seamlessly. And of course, you guys know I always like to go for a seamless makeup. I don't like it when I apply my makeup, you can see a demarcation between my contour, my highlights, you know, my blush, all those things. And of course, to blend, I'm going to be using Beauty Crush Cosmetics foundation brush. I have their pink one, my favorite, and also I have the this one is their buffing angled, and also they have the big green one, but that one is very dated, so I like to go in with their foundation brush. It comes in a set, so they have the face set, they have the green set, which comes in 5 different brushes. That's for the green set, and also with the green sets they have 5 eye brushes, and also for the pink sets they have, I think, 4 different sets when it comes to the pink set. So those are the brushes I love to use. I absolutely love the quality of their brush, and also it's extremely affordable, guys, like really affordable. Alright, so foundation is done, and next we're going to go ahead with the topic of today. And of course, when it comes to contouring and highlighting, guys, it all depends on you. If you feel more comfortable using cream products, you can. If you feel more comfortable using liquid products, you can. If you feel more comfortable using liquid and cream, you can also. So when it comes to cream products, guys, of course, the Fenty Beauty, you guys know this Fenty Beauty matchsticks, they are very good. But for some reason I find that whenever I use, especially the highlight, whenever I use a cream highlight, guys, I always have creases, and I don't know, it doesn't really sit right with my skin. So I usually don't use cream when it comes to my contouring and highlighting, especially for my highlighting. For my contouring, guys, I always use cream. And this one I have, as you all can see, when we're going for highlight, you got to go with a color that is maybe 2 to 3 shades lighter than your skin. If the easiest way to kind of match a product is probably to swatch it on your face to know if it's too dark with your skin tone or if it's too light. That's like an easy way I can say, you know, you can check out maybe a product. Whenever we say a product that is 1 or 2 shades darker, that I feel like that's like an easy way to do it. And also talking of cream, this is the cream. And then talking of liquid, I absolutely love this one from Iconic London. This is like the liquid. I always prefer liquid when it comes to my highlights. As you all can see, this is what I mean by liquid. And then when we're talking about like the more affordable, since this video is specifically for beginners, we're probably gonna go down to drugstore, guys. And of course, when it comes to my favorite product when it comes to contouring and highlighting, or highlighting and contouring for beginners, and also affordable one and drugstore one, of course, you know, you can never go wrong with E.Y.E.B.R.O.W Pro Conceal. This right here, I feel like no matter how amazing your contour and highlight product is, no matter how expensive it is, guys, I always say that Pro Conceal, E.Y.E.B.R.O.W Pro Conceal is the mother of all concealers. Argue with yourself. Like, this right here is the mother of all concealers, because even before we all knew about contouring and highlighting, E.Y.E.B.R.O.W Pro Conceal was out there. And for some reason, I feel like everyone started from E.Y.E.B.R.O.W and then moved on to whatever it is, Chanel concealer, whatever concealer that is out there. This right here is their mother. So of course, I like to use my E.Y.E.B.R.O.W Pro Conceal in Cool Tan, and to contour, I like to use the truffle. But the only problem I have with this truffle is the fact that the truffle is kind of maybe 2 shades darker. And whenever I'm going for my contour, guys, I love that very nice kind of brownish yellowish sun-kissed color for my contour. And then of course the highlight can be whatever shade it wants to be, but for my contour, guys, I absolutely love that very nice sun-kissed, you know, brownish look whenever I'm going for my contour. And of course, if you follow my channel, you know I'm obsessed with the Black Opal True Color stick foundation. This is actually a foundation, guys, but it's absolutely amazing for contouring. So I'm going to be using these 2 products for today's video. And for my highlights, I'm going to be going in with this product right here. And of course, you want to get the product to the tip. And whenever we're talking about highlights, guys, you always want to bear in mind all those places. Let's assume you're standing in front of a light, right? Or maybe you're standing outside and you just want like your face to kind of illuminate. I always tell people that our natural face actually have contouring and highlighting. That is how amazing God is. Like, if you look at your natural face without makeup, you notice that the outside portion of your face is always dark. Like no matter how, there's always shadow at the outside portion of your face, and then the inside is kind of a tad lighter. That is just the simple explanation to explain contouring and highlighting. And why contouring and highlighting is so good is because when you go ahead and apply your foundation, you notice that your face just turns into one shade. It doesn't have any dimension, it doesn't have any structure, nothing, because of the fact that you're using just one color of foundation. So it just evens out your skin. Foundation is so good for evening out the skin, but then contouring and highlighting just helps to bring back that shadow and light you lost when you applied your foundation. I feel like that's the easy way to explain it, guys. So of course I'm going to go ahead and begin applying my my highlight. And of course, to draw in light to your face, you want to go underneath your eye, your chin. Sometimes I like to kind of highlight my cupid's bow, my forehead, the bridge of my nose. So I'm just going to go ahead and, you guys, and also whenever I'm applying my product for my contouring, for my highlight, I don't like taking it all the way under my eye, because when I do that, whenever I blend it, I notice I end up creasing the product. So the best way is kind of to apply it to leave a little line, so that way when you go ahead and blend, right, everything is just going to blend and look seamless. So I'm just gonna, just like this. And also I like to get like the inner portion of my nose, because sometimes I highlight and then I leave those areas and I blend, and then you can see a line, you know, right by the side of my nose, because of the fact I didn't also highlight in there. So don't forget, especially if your nose have kind of a curve to it. And as you all can see, I'm leaving the highlight right under my eye. I'm not extending it. If you want to give your face more like a wider look, you can extend it out. But if you want that nice chiseled face, you want to leave your highlight right at the middle of, at the center of your face. And an easy way to know exactly where to place your contour is to look at the end of your ear. So you all can see, look, you guys can see this is where my ear kind of starts, right? So I'm just going to trace it and draw the line. It's so easy. This is a very, like when I was learning how to contour and highlight, that was a very easy way I learned it, and ever since then it's been working for me. Just trace right there. You kind of pretend as if you're drawing a line from the tip of your ear, and then you draw it down my forehead. And this will help kind of bring in that very nice sun-kissed shadow. It will kind of help chisel out and slim down your face. And of course, everybody have their preference, guys. Some people like to use a brush to blend out their contour and their highlights. Some people prefer a sponge, and I absolutely love my sponges from Beauty Crush Cosmetics, guys. This right here is amazing. I actually have a lot of their brushes, a lot of their sponges. And when I'm going in with a sponge, guys, the best thing I always love to do is to go ahead and wet my sponge, or else I want to go for an extremely matte look. That is where I don't bother wetting my sponge. But if I want that very nice seamless blend, I always try as much as possible to wet my sponge. So of course I'm gonna go in, and also when you're blending your contour and your highlight, it's always advised to kind of leave it a little, to get a little tacky. Like you want to leave it for maybe a minute or two. That way it will kind of dry out a little bit. And also with that, once it's kind of a little bit tacky and it has dried a little bit, it helps a lot with giving you that very nice blended effect. And also sometimes people complain that their sponge don't actually give them a very, you know, kind of seamless and flawless look whenever they use it to blend out their highlight and contour. And then I'm like, are you sure you're using the right sponge? Like, you need your sponge to be as soft and as squishy as possible. That's kind of a very easy trick, you know, to seamlessly blend out your contour and highlights using a very nice squishy soft sponge. To blend the contour, I'm going to be using this Beauty Crush large blender contour. Absolutely love this, guys. Like, once you go ahead and use it, just stipple, 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 and look, you guys are going to see it just blends out the product immediately. No too much hassle, no, you don't need to force it. Just, that's another thing, right? When it comes to makeup, I always tell people that using the right tools actually saves you that time. And that is one thing sometimes when people complain about kind of following the same step their favorite influencer or their favorite makeup artist use, you know, that they don't achieve the same effect. I always ask them, what kind of tools did you use? Tools can either make or break your makeup. That's just the truth. So I always tell people that as you're investing in the product, also remember to invest in the tools, because if you get the right product and then you don't have the right tools, your makeup is definitely still gonna come out a mess. So always make sure you have the right tools for your makeup. Very, very important. As you can see, I'm just now taking the contour. I'm bringing it a little forward because, like I told you guys, I like that nice sun-kissed effect, you know, on my skin. So I like to just use my brush and make sure I continue just stippling and blending. And also you want to keep your sponge right by the side, so that way you can always go in with your sponge and further blend the product. And as you all can see, I'm going in, there is no product left on this sponge right here. It's just the product that we used to blend. But going in with the product you used in blending the highlight also would help kind of further blend, kind of mix the contour and the highlight together, so that way you're not going to have any demarcation or any seam, you know, anything demarcating the two products. You want to go in with your sponge and just work it all over your skin, so that way it will blend and melt the two products together. And of course, to set, I'm going to be going in with my Lauramercier translucent powder. Of course, you can also use the E.Y.E.B.R.O.W powder, you know, if you're on a budget, or you can use this Sasha Buttercup. Actually, I'm going to mix this too. I absolutely love that kind of yellow tint, you know, I get from my Sasha. So I'm just going to put a little bit of my Sasha and then a little bit of Lauramercier. I'm going to go in with the Beauty Crush large finishing powder brush, and I'm just going to kind of use it to run all over my skin, and this will make sure that there is no demarcation, there is no lines between the contour and the highlight. You want your face to look just the same. You don't want anyone looking at your face to see where you contoured and where you highlighted. So going in with kind of a neutral brush just helps blend everything together. Oh my gosh. All right, you guys, so this is what we have. You know, when you've gone ahead to contour and highlight, this is exactly what you will end up getting. As you all can see, like, the inside of my face is, you know, kind of a tad lighter, and then the outside portion of my face is kind of a tad darker. You can obviously stop here, you can go ahead and apply like your blush, your highlight, but of course to deepen the contour, I'm gonna go in with my Anastasia contour powder, and then I'm gonna go in with this Beauty Crush Cosmetics 108 Precision Angled Brush. This right here is just perfect to go on ahead and get that kind of deep, you know, from your contour line. So I'm just gonna, I don't even know the names of this contour powder. All I know is I just go ahead and dip, of course, and then just use it to further kind of chisel out my face. I like to take it, like I told you guys, most times I actually don't even have on eyeshadow. It's all my contour powder. I just like to go ahead and run the brush right on my crease just to create that very nice shadow on my crease. And then for blush, I'm using MAC Breath of Plum. Of course, for the lips, I'm gonna go in with this liquid lipstick from lipland.com. I'm actually breaking out right here. This is all there is to this look. As you all can see, like my face is really highlighted and contoured, and yeah, the inner portion of my face is kind of light and then the outside portion is dark, and this is exactly how I love to contour and highlight. This is kind of a very simple way to put the art of contouring and highlighting. Simply put, why your contour and highlight don't look like your favorite influencer or your favorite makeup guru, this is exactly how we do it. And also remember that when we are filming, guys, we are filming under the light, so you have to apply your products to really push through the light. So of course, probably the amount I used is too much for you. You want to go ahead and kind of do it the way you want it, but this is basically how I love to contour and highlight. And I hope you all found this video helpful, and please don't forget to hit that like button below and also hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And till my next video, I will see you all very soon. Bye. Oh, before I forget, a lot of people always ask me, Omabel, how come you don't use setting spray for your face? And I absolutely love setting sprays, guys. I have probably 20 different setting sprays. Like, I have a lot of setting sprays, but I noticed because of the fact that I have an oily skin, whenever I go ahead and spritz my face, normally if my face is supposed to produce oil probably after 1 hour, it will end up producing oil sooner. So that is just my reason why I don't like to spray, you know, setting spray. But if you like setting your face with a spritz spray, definitely go ahead and do it.